we got here is the new Revelations Man at Arms, baby. And I had to say, I was more so interested in this figure for his gear, because I want to see what some of his gear would look like on this Man at Arms right here, the classic Man at Arms. But all in all, the figure does look good. I definitely like the parts on the new Man at Arms figure where it has not just all orange, it is some black and some silver highlights in there, or for metal pieces. So let's open this bad boy up, fam. Oh, one more thing before I do that. The artwork, as usual, is nice on the fig. I mean, nice on the box. And let me zoom in a little bit right there. And nice artwork right there. Of course, this wave right here has already been out. I don't know why they're just now doing it. And here is the other Man at Arms that I did a couple little tweaks to. But let's get to the Man at Arms we really want to see, fam. So let's hit them with the slow motion. And this will let you get a look at Man at Arms. Check out his cloth cape. There's no wires, so no bendy wires unless you want to put some in there. So you're not going to be able to do any dramatic posing with the cape. Again, the gear looks good, the extra head with the helmet. I have to say the face sculpt is pretty good. I chose from the ones that I saw, this one appeared to be the best out of the bunch. I think it looks real good like the cartoon. So matter of fact, let's take a closer look at the pouch. It's nice. The belt looks straight. It's come in a little bit. Looks pretty good there. This piece right here is not like those other pieces where it just clips on like the Joes. This one you actually got to pop the head off. The grays look pretty good and everything. So, but let's get to what I want to see. I want to see how the gear goes on Man at Arms. So let's see how this is going to work. Oh, before we do that, let's look at these weapons here. This looks like one of those types of weapons from back in the day where you would put some kind of projectile in and you would push or pull or something. This looks like you should be able to do something, but I don't want to break it out, be pissed off, but looks like you should be able to shoot some kind of propel something out of here, but you can't. Pretty basic, nothing too fancy. Plastic is what it is. This right here was kind of like his main weapon. That's sort of like how this one is. I guess his new replacement, their new take on it that he gave to Andra. Looks okay. Looks like the cartoon, but no, not feeling it a whole lot. These right here, these boots, not boots, but the protection for the ankles, the shin guards and stuff like that, is what I was really interested in and wanted to see how it looked on this Man at Arms more so than this one. This one I'll probably just keep in this look right here, but I really want to see how the gear looked on this Man at Arms. So I'm going to slide this out of the way, put him over here next to this other Man at Arms. Matter of fact, put him back here. And I'm just curious, we'll get a better look at this gear right here. This is a lot better than the first one. Here's the first one right here. They have this extra piece down here, which is why I never understood why they didn't have this in the first place. I mean, as far as the original design, but it is what it is. Here's the back side, basically the same. This is a little more orange. Depends on whether you think it's darker or lighter, but I think it's a little lighter, a little brighter anyway. This one has this piece right here, and it has a hole on both sides where you can just plug it in to hold it in place, which is pretty cool. Has piece that, oh, okay, cool. You can open up and for you to see like where there would be like some missiles, projectiles, or whatever. That's pretty cool. But this part doesn't go up or down. Slide that out the way. Here's a shoulder pad bracer. I think it's pretty nice. Definitely want to put that on to that man-at-arms to give him some more gear. Here's the face sculpt with the helmet. And I will say, it looks good. It looks good, but I don't want to see man-at-arms like this with his hair sticking all out. Looking like a has-been, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But it's all good. Let's see about putting some of this gear on. I'm going to take this off right here. This was from the man-at-arms, not the classic man-at-arms in that pack, but this came from the actual man-at-arms of the 2000X that originally came out figure. So made that work. So taking this gear off his back, weapons. Again, the reason why I use this man-at-arms for the classic, I mean, because I just like how the classic looks so much better detail, but I did like the figure's head on this man-at-arms better than the original. So for the classics. So let's see if we can. Let's see. Oh, going. Hold on. Okay, so the gear did not work out exactly the way I wanted to, but I don't mind the shoulder pad on the side being that big. That's fine by me. The only issue kind of was the boots, and the reason being is because of the part on the leg where it has like the fur, and so I had to heat it up to even get it like this. So not sure if anyone would like to do that or not, because the other man-at-arms, and I didn't put both of them on because I was like, I'm gonna keep the left leg on, which is the original leg shield, whatever you want to call it, protection, and just keep this one because it's a little different, and then just use this one as an extra just in case the other one gets messed up. You can flip flop it, shouldn't be too hard. But if you look at the leg on this, on the man-at-arms that it came with, you can see it's real thin right here because it doesn't have the furry part right there. So unless you want to like heat up and take the legs off and swap them on another figure, it probably won't work. Even this man-at-arms right here, the first release man-at-arms, of course this is a different head, a head from a classic. Even if you put it on this, you can see it still has the furry part right here, so it'd make it difficult for it to fit on that. I do like how it looks on the figure. You may not like it, but it looks good to me. Yeah, so he does look good with both of them. Here's a side view, better look of the one that he came with, that he had in the cartoon. Looks okay, but given the choice, I'd prefer this one, but still pretty good. Now you can make it work like this, and it actually looks a little better to me. But you know, of course, the issue is that pad for the shoulder is not supposed to be on that shoulder. It's supposed to be on the left shoulder, and it's supposed to have that other piece on there. However, then he can't bend his arms as well as the Masterverse, because again, this is a classic. However, I like the way it looks better on the gear and everything for the classic Man at Arms. So that's just my preference. I'll find a way to make it work, and it is not a deal breaker for me to use this Man at Arms, because I mean, just look at the detail on the gear in the classic. It's awesome. As much as I love the Masterverse figures, it's just the detail. Look at this. It looks a lot better than the other one, but the detail on this to this, you can't compare. But I digress. Let's move on a little further. Now, since it is supposed to be about this Man at Arms, I'm not going to take all the shine away from him. I'm going to swap the head so you can see how it looks with the other one. With the other helmeted version. And it popped off pretty easy. Move this guy to the side. And of course he has the hair, so it looks a little different. Get a close-up look at this guy. Still a good head sculpt. Still a good head sculpt. But I'll be displaying him without I'll be displaying him in this outfit and not in his gear, I think. I gotta see. Also, let's go ahead and see what he looks like with this gear right here. So it is basically the same as the other one. It has the straps. Well, the straps right here to lock it in, and then it has the belt right here as well as the only difference. So you would just pop this bad boy off. Pop that out. Pop that out, and then you just slide them on. Okay, so I did this off side, and so because it took me a little while, I had to heat up this belt right here with a blow dryer to stretch it out because it would not reach. I mean, not this one, sorry. This one right here. This is the one that's connected to the armor. So I had to heat this one up because it would not reach. I had to run it through the back of here. Oh, of course, well, not of course, but first thing, I had to take the head off and take this piece off, that scarf. Alright, so then I had to have it go through the back of here, clip it here on one side, and you see this one has just come loose. I think it should have made it a little bit better, but no, if you heat it up, wow, that sucked. If you heat it up, okay, it caught. I didn't have the head on tight, but you know, that's how it looks. And all in all, I have to admit, the figure doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. I still just prefer this one with some of his gear as well. But this is still not a bad Man at Arms figure. I definitely like this, the added piece right here that they put on. I wish I could take that off and put it on there as well, but it's all good. This is a good figure, I have to admit. This is a nice figure. This part right here that opens up for you just for like where the missiles would be. This is, again, it is a nice touch. I have to admit that. All in all, the figure is nice. Oh, let me show you. I found it best to go ahead and stick this hand in right here, slide it through, and that way you get a better look. Easier to snap it in than trying to fight with sliding it on, at least for me with the one I had. So with that being said, let's do a couple of other comparisons. So here's all of the Man at Arms. I have the classic with some of his gear, Man at Arms suited up, that's been expelled from the palace, and then the original Man at Arms with a classic Man at Arms head with a couple of extra gear from different from one of the He-Mans, the Toys R Us He-Man figure that came out in the 2-pack, and then this axe came from Todd McFarlane figure. I think it was a Spawn figure. So let's look at some others. Here he is with some guards, palace guards, and man, that looks good right there. I have to admit, he looks good with them. Not as good as he would with this guy being up there. Let's take a little look. I'm just biased, man. This man, I think he looks real. He looks even better with those extra pieces on. Well, let's move on. Now here he is with Tila with a custom head from the Filmation. And we're going to slide Andre in there as well because I want to see how this weapon looks because he gave it to her in the cartoon. And she can hold it. Of course, it's very loose because it's made for arm that's bigger than hers. But it's all good. It is what it is. So I'll give you another angle so you can see how loose it is on her. Look at, there's a whole lot of space, but she is able to grip it. Of course, not as tight as you would want it to be, but she still can. And then we have his love, so to speak, the Revelation Sorceress and the Super 7 Sorceress. And the Revelation Sorceress is not bad. This is a little irritating, but it is what it is. You can cut it if you want, adjust it. But to me, this is the definitive sorceress. I believe it looks the best out of all the sorceresses that have been made. This one here is not bad, but sometimes she looks kind of cockeyed, like they have her eyes going in a little bit too much toward the center. And this sorceress, it just looks great to me. Again, a lot of people complain about about her hips and her legs, which I don't get, because the original from the Filmation, which is the sorceress to my right, your left, it have always been curvy. All of the women in that cartoon have been very hippie, so I don't see what the issue is. However, this sorceress over here to the left, my left, your right, the the Revelation one is still a nice figure. Of course, if you didn't know, that staff did not come with the Super 7 one. It came with the Revelation Sorceress right here. I just swapped the hands because she didn't have a hand that could hold that. But anyway, back to Man at Arms. I think he looks good with either one of them. And here he is next to Roboto and Manny Faces. I think they look good together. Here he is next to Stratos and the classic Fisto, his brother. Then you have Stripper Lynn and my custom merman, Evil Lynn. I still got to do a video on her. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I like this merman better than the one that they're actually coming out with, but is way better than how this originally looked. But again, he looks good with them as well. Here he is next to my custom Trap Jaw. I just love the way this arm came out a million times better compared to the one that it originally had. And finally, we got him next to old He-Man, and I think they look good together. I definitely love the way this He-Man looks with this head from the classic, the Toys R Us version. But with that being said, this figure is a nice figure. So my thoughts on this figure is that he is nice. He comes with a bunch of accessories. Of course, the posability for the Revelation beats the classics, but I'm still loving that figure. Nonetheless, the classic one that just passed by. But again, this is a nice figure. If you don't have a Man at Arms, if you were never able to get your hands on this body of the Man at Arms, then I will say that this Man at Arms right here coming around is a great addition to get your hands on him. one final note. I was about to end this, and then my son brought this in. Bam! So fam, look forward to this review coming very soon. And like a fat kid in dodgeball, I'm out, baby. And don't forget to like and subscribe.